يمشي التراب يضمني وهو غطائي، حولي الرمال تلفني بل من ورائي، واللحد يحكي ظلمة فيها ابتلائي، والنور خط كتابه أنسي لقائي، أنسي لقائي.
Okay, unfortunately, I said here, the funeral arrangement is more likely to be delayed. So if you're expecting to do the funeral quickly, it will be delayed because the checking is going to go into their special place and they're going to make all that checks. It takes time. So you need to delay it a bit. Number 5, when the investigation is completed, they will issue a medical certificate of the cause of the death. Now, we got the medical certificate of the cause of the death from the hospital, or you got from your GP doctor, you got that from the coroner, then 3 different places, depends on the death. Then, for all of the above, as I said now, first one, you have to register the death at the register office, which is your town hall. They have an office there. Call them, they will do that for you. They give you an appointment and they will tell you the specific papers. Don't think that you go with that paper only. There are a list of papers they will tell you to bring them, including the birth certificate, including the marriage certificate, including here and there, the many papers they will ask you to bring them with you along with this. They will issue a death certificate. That's the office. They will give it to you with the name of the person who died. Then during that time, as soon as, because I'm putting them in this order, it's difficult to put 2 points at the same time. At the time when you are already called the doctor or did this and that, at the same time you may want to call your friends as well. So you call friends, call family, family first, the rest of the family, friends, and etc. I would say say to someone who you know that they have a very big contacts to tell everyone. My advice, don't make it secret. This is a death. You need a janazah. You need good janazah. You need someone. You know those people have big mouths. They talk to everyone. Just give it to them. They will pass to everyone. But unfortunately, those people have big mouths. They like a ghiba only. But something like that, they don't tell. Until the person who's already buried, oh, you didn't know. Oh, son and son died already. Why didn't tell me? I thought it's private. But ghiba, they talk about it. You know, son and son did this and that, this and that. So you need to tell everyone. Send a message, WhatsApp, please pass to all our friends and beloved ones. I want them to know so they can come attend the janazah. Arrange for the Muslim funeral service director to look after, to take the body maybe from the hospital, put the mortuaries in their place, because they have the cars, they have the service, they go there, they take it, they get to their place, and then until you make the washing and everything, the masjid is very close to them as well, and they take with you, because they have cars, they have the facilities. You don't need to be doing all of that yourself. It's difficult to do that. And then you take the body into the graveyard as well. I'm saying Muslim one because why need to go to non-Muslim ones where the Muslim ones are available? So go to them and they know your need as well. You tell them, unlike the others. Now we'll go to the Islamic requirements, and that's what we need. Is that clear? I hope that I fulfilled the expectation of some of the brothers who ask him for this. Now, more details you can, as I said, check the websites. You're going to have more details about that. And situation with the people are different because it depends on how the person died. Now, the Islamic requirements, the first thing here, the first thing that we need to do here, we need to look into the instructions when the death occurs, and this information will be taken from the will. Okay, you should not do there's some specific actions, you do them generally for everyone, fine. But there are some other specific actions, you need to look what the person said. You don't do it without looking his permission, and that's why it's important to make the executor, make trustees in there, look into everything, and they will update the family if they are not member or family members, if they're from the outside, and then you do the requirements that you are looking for, you want to do it. So here I'll go through that quickly because we need to come into the point of the janazah, the funeral. Say first thing, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. And though all of this are mentioned in my will in here. It's not my will, but the will made as general can be used by anyone. So say inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. First thing that you need to pronounce and say as soon as you see the death in there on your beloved person, straight away, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. You have to make a tarji' called in Arabic language or Sharia. Then say this. Say, Allahumma ajirna. It depends if you are alone, single, or a group, a plural. Allahumma ajirni fi musibati, or Allahumma ajirna fi musibatina, wa akhlif lana khayran minha. The great hadith was taught by Rasulullah to Salama. Salama said it means, oh Allah, Allahumma ajirna, give us a reward of our calamity, the loss that we have. وَاخْلِفْ لَنَا خَيْرًا مِنْهَا. And then give us, replace it with a better than that. Rasulullah was the husband of Salama, although Salama before that, she thought that, who's going to be better than Abu Salama? Rasulullah came and married her. So say this dua, whether a brother or a sister, male or female. Have sabr, have the patience, have the sabr at the time when you have that. If because as-sabru inda sadmatil ula. Remember this hadith. Do not start making actions and react in a wrong way, an Islamic way, when the incident already gone and passed and finished. After 1 week, said, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, we accept in Qadarullah. No, that's too late. Already became used to it. The sabr is at the time when you'll be giving the news. Your wife passed away. Just imagine it. Just imagine it here. You're sitting in this class, your wife passed away. Or sisters, your husband passed away. Or your most beloved person to you, your son, your daughter passed away. That is the hit. That is the time when you get to show the sabr. As-sabru inda sadmatil ula, Rasulullah. If you want to be rewarded for the sabr that we described before, and you want to get the reward that Allah mentioned in the Quran and the Sunnah, it's at that minute. After 1 week, 2 weeks, 10 days, when the situation becomes okay, you became used to it. You became used to it. My wife passed away 2011. Now she's not there. Now how many years? Many years. I became used to it. Khalas, she's not there. I got married, have children. But the sabr is at the time when you get the hit, the first time. Okay, then pray for the deceased. Say, Allahumma ghfir lahu, Allahumma arham. These are the first words that should come from your mouth. And all of this, you need to mention it here. You need to mention for your family. I mentioned all of that here are points to go point by point for your family as instructions to tell them what to do. And then close the deceased's eyes. So need to remember, someone was telling me that an incident like this happened, and the family, they closed the eyes of the deceased. When the doctor came, they made a big issue. You touch the body, then I need to make investigation because it touched the body. So you have to be careful with that. We are in a country that taken everything, and it depends on the death. If it was in the hospital, fine. If it was a sudden death and you do actions, you have to be careful until the doctor comes in there, because if you move the body, if you do something, and they might accuse you with something, and you'll be into scene and gym, as we say, question and answer. Okay, about that, turn the body towards the Qibla. Now, by coincidence, the Qibla is there. So turn the body like this towards the Qibla and make it like a little bit up like this. So make it on the side. Then cover the entire body with the sheet. Now, the person was with his own his or her own clothes, wearing the clothes that they're wearing, or the hospital wearing the clothes that from the hospital. Then, if after the death, cover the body with the sheet. As out of respect, of course, all of this. Prepare and accelerate the funeral unless there is an urgent matter. Try as much as you can to speed up with the actions, with the matters, to do the funeral as soon as you can. This is very, very recommended. Unless if there is something very, very urgent, waiting for important family members to come from Birmingham, then you need to delay it for tomorrow. Or a big family coming from abroad, but not more than one day, in my view. Do not cry in a loud voice or wail over the body at any time. You know when you cry in a loud voice, the voice that screaming, and females know how to do that. Screaming loud or wailing and making statements, that's haram. This is from the actions of Jahiliyyah. You need to tell, you need to write that down. Brothers, again, it's all to do with the wasiyah, to do with the will. Everything is written in here. You need to tell your family, these are Islamic ones. The government, the court doesn't need all this information. But they look at it, they skip it. They don't need it, but you need it. Yourself, you need it. Your family needs that. Write it down, tell them about this. Then the time when it comes, we'll open it, we'll tell them, we will read it to them. Don't do that. He's not allowing you to do this. So don't do that because haram. Do not hit Arabic a lot. You know, scratching your cheeks, and that's what the ladies do. And also the ties, you'll find all with lines in here, turning the clothes like this straight away. That's what, as soon as you hear the news, they will do like this. And it's all from a Jahiliyyah actions. You should not do that. These are from the Jahiliyyah practices. Rasulullah ﷺ said that are still amongst my ummah, some actions of the Jahiliyyah. Then do not announce the death in a way that is forbidden. We said earlier, you need to send a message to your friends and people, tell them about that. But do not announce it in a haram way. In a haram way, when you make an niyaha, when you are sitting and telling, we lost the one who's this and that. We lost songs. Believe it or not, brothers and sisters, we have songs, and songs will be made at that time. It's not made up before. It will be made at a time. We lost, and the mention about what good qualities you have it, and make that the song, and everyone make that is haram. So this is informing the others as well, but informing them in a haram way, or writing a newspaper and writing some statements that are not really allowed or haram statements. So do it in a normal way as we normally do. I received some message from families and brothers. Unfortunately, my father passed away. I went back to his Lord, and the janazah will be that. Please make dua. Simple. That's the valid ones. Okay. Inform all the relatives, friends, and all those who are okay. Try to tell everyone that they may really, you know them, tell them, because you want good janazah. You want people to make dua for this person. Allow only. This is, you might want that, you might not, because that is to do with your wasiyah, you will. You might say, no, I don't want anyone to kiss me, even from my family. But otherwise, you say, allow only mahram relatives, male and female, to kiss me, or to kiss the deceased at the time. We're talking me because they're talking about the person who's doing that, but here we're talking about the deceased. So you might allow your sisters, your aunts, your this and that to do that. Other than them, they're not mahram, they're not allowed. They're not allowed. For those people who do that, you're not allowed. If you do that for non-mahram, you're not allowed to do that. You might want to see, that's fine. You're allowed to see, but you're not allowed to kiss. Kissing is only for those who are related, and if you want to allow them. If you don't, write that in your will. Otherwise, if it's nothing mentioned in your will, that might be your family to allow everyone to do that. Okay. Do not have a post-mortem unless required by the law. Mention that in your will, and that's where we find out that I don't want to do that unless if it's required by the government. However, if it becomes a legal requirement, then my family or the family should ask for the MRI, the scan, instead of that. You should ask for your rights. You have a right. It's a law, it's in the country, and you don't have to do the other one, you can do this one. We know it's a costly, we know it really costs a lot of money, but you can do that. And we need organization, maybe with INAID here today, we need an organization, we need people to take this and go further with that. Try to help the Muslim. And earlier talking about the mortuaries as well. I think something that also the community in Northwood, they need to think about this. Instead of going all the way to Hendon, I'll tell you something later inshallah as well, or go the way to East London or to Watford. Why we don't have one in here? People are dying all the time. You have it, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Really, this requires a lot of money, but it's something that you need to think about it. Do not donate the body, I'm saying my, because you are the person who are talking. Do not donate my body nor the organs for any other studies, or giving it as a donation for the others to use it. And this is you talking about yourself. If you want that, otherwise it will be there. They will accept that. And you know how the government NHS made that. If you don't sign yourself out from that, there will be, and they did that some times ago. You know that the form went out, so you need to do that. Even for the people who are visiting the UK, that law was applied for the people who are visiting the UK. If you don't, if they die in here, their organs might be used. My organs are not to be used for any medical research. Mention that in there as well if you want to do that. If you want to give it as a donation, as a study, then it's up to you, but I don't advise you to do that. If something that would do with inside your body, it needs cutting, and that is not right. Now, the funeral directions. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you how we do that. I'm going to demonstrate this, me and my wife, because it will be easier to have someone next to me. And what is that here? So can I have the that one's there. Okay, I need to talk in here first. First, you need to make sure. Can you hear me at the back? Okay. First, make sure that you are coming in the room where you're going to make the washing of the body. So make sure that first thing you enter inside, lock the door. Don't let the workers, the people outside who is not in charge of this. I am the al-ghasil. I have my helper to maximum. It depends on the body. Sometimes the body is quite big, and maybe there's injuries in there, so maybe you need 2, 3 are related to the family, are mentioned in the will as well. We're going to talk about that. It's better for you to mention that in your will. Okay, so if you do that, now we know in the will says Ahmad, Saadiya, Khalid. Then Ahmad, Saadiya, Khalid, get in, close the door. I don't want some people they come in and they see. I've seen that with my eyes. It's a privacy. You don't want your beloved person to be seen by the others. No one should be inside. Second thing, make sure that you have all the commitment that you need them for your ghusl. Okay, now I'm going to show you what you need for the ghusl. So first thing, this is mine. First thing that you need to make sure that you wear this. Wear your gloves. In the old days, they don't have this. What they do, they have they'll have a small piece of a cloth, and that's what they use it. They do like this, and they use for cleaning. So covering my hand with it like this, and that's what I do. I use for cleaning, for the body and everything. But nowadays we have this and we have this. We use both of them. So make sure that you put this on, because you should not, in my view, whether it's a mahram or not mahram, you should not touch the body, the skin of this body directly with your hand, because you might not be a mahram. Make sure that you don't do that. That's better for you. All the time will be behind this thing. Then what we need to have something to clean the body with it. So something like this. Remember that as you do it with your body, something soft, something harsh. Are you good with this one? Can this? I stand this one. Yeah, I do stand that one, so it's fine. Then use something like this. So that's one thing. You need to have with you something called kafur. This is kafur. I'm not going in order, because whatever is in front of me. Kafur, the smell of it is so strong. You're going to see that, or you're going to smell it maybe from far. Very, very strong. The reason of using this one, because we need to make pushes away the animals when the body is on the floor, on the ground. Animals, insects, snakes, things comes in there. You don't tell me. I live in the village. I know how many animals goes in there. There might even be like the wolves and the dogs, wild dogs. They can't even dig and go into the body if they know that fresh meat in there. They can smell it. So this will push all the animals away, keep it and keep the body cool as much as you can. If the body, let's say, medically goes, finishes in let's say in 10 days, becomes like it goes into bad, then this will last it for even more longer and longer. You should have it in powder, not like this. So you need to dig it like have a powder. I'll tell you how to use it this later. You need to have sidr. This is a sidr. Sidr is, you know, the honey, which is sidr honey. The bees, they eat from the flowers or the leaves of this particular tree. You have it as leaves, will be like this, like powder. You use it like a powder, like this. Don't use like leaves because you're not going to benefit from there. So you need to have a sidr. Unfortunately, there is no, as far as I know, in London, no mortuaries, they use this. They use this, but they don't use this. Rasulullah ﷺ said to Atiyya, when she was Zainab, his daughter, he said, غسلوها, and use sidr in the first washes and make the last wash with this one, because strong smell, you need to last for longer in the last smell. So you need to use this one, and that's a sunnah of Rasulullah and it's good as well. You need to have with you misk. You know the misk. If we have kafur, it should be enough. But you have a misk. The misk can be in cubes like this, comes like that. It can come also the misk in a perfume like this. So it can be like a perfume. It can be in like this. It can be like this. So different types. If you don't have misk or perfume, have any other perfume, a normal perfume like this. But be careful with this one. I'll tell you how to use it as well. Now, you should have with you this as well. So you need to use this one. I'll tell you how to use it, inshallah. Okay, you know how to use it, but I'll tell you when you use it. You need the nail cutter as well. You need scissor, okay? You need with you also shampoo. That if you don't have all this stuff, at least you have this. And depends on the injury as well. You may need some maybe plasters, maybe if you need them. It depends on if there are injuries in there, you need to fix them before doing everything. You don't want the blood to continue coming out and out and out. Okay, I don't like using the gloves, which is, you know, these ones. They use them quickly and throw them. Yeah, this one is better. It stays for longer and stronger. What else you need? You need the sponge like this. If you don't have this one, maybe half of this is quite big. I couldn't find a smaller one, but this is good. Very, very important. You need the cotton. We say cotton. This is a very important as well. Okay, so I think I finished everything. No, not yet. You need to have cotton. Oh, this one, cotton. the cotton wool. That's the ladies they use for makeup and stuff like that. You don't know that. Okay. Okay. Here you need these three. You need these three. I'm making it three because for a reason. I intend to bring it three because I have notes from last week. I told the brothers earlier, sisters, if I bring one, they'll say the teacher brought one. That's what you learn, some of you. Okay, because how you show it is that's how it stays in the mind. But really you need a three. It doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be one red and the other black. Yeah, it doesn't have to be like that. It can be this size. I prefer this size because this is really enough for ghusl. I personally don't like using the hose, you know, I don't like that. Use this. Fill up this with water, use it the way how we want it, and this is what we're going to use. So now we put the water in here. Now we put the water in here, you need to come to mix this one. So we have two common act here, as we showed you. So we have the sidr. We have 3 washes for the male. For the female, we can go for more than that, but for male and female, 3 washes. The first wash, put this one in here, and put from the powder in here, put the water and mix. This, when you mix with water, will make that the, what do you call it? The foam. Yeah, and that one you can use it as well. This, you make it in here and mix it for the last one. You keep it for the last one. Why I'm saying this, prepare your water. Get your water ready. It's not the body is waiting in there. The person is there, is naked, and you're waiting. The water is ready, has to be ready in here. The water has to be, remember this, I'm telling you because some places they don't do that. The water has to be in the same way. Put your skin in there. Can you stand it? Yes. Don't put very cold water or very hot water. You're going to burn the body or you're going to make the body, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered us to respect this body. So make sure to respect everything. So the water you're using for your ghusl is same water you're going to use it in here. Clear? I think that's all. Yeah, you need also for the second stage, you need bukhur. Bukhur is the smell. I'll show you later because we're going to do it inshallah. But we'll need to do that later on when we come into the kafan. Now, we will come to the body. We'll come to the body. Of course, the body in the mortuary, that maybe in the hospital, in the home, we never know the situation. Maybe comes with the clothes. So you take the cover off, and you take it off. Yeah. And if the person wearing clothes, then you need to take the clothes off. Unfortunately, I have to do that. So just to show you, you take the clothes off. Slowly, slowly, if he needs help, the helper will be with you. The person's been announced, he's the one who will do the main job. And the people who help us will be there helping. So if there is any help that you can help me. So we took the trousers, the clothes off, everything. I'm going to add some information for you. You might not have that in Kitab al-Janaiz in this, but if the clothes, because the body will be frozen if it is in this country, it'll be very, very tough to take the clothes off. And sometimes you need to get a scissor to cut the clothes off. And that is not easy for you to do that. That trousers, get it to me? That trousers, it's not mine, it's not her, it's not his. Now became owned by the inheritors. Will they allow you to cut it? Why you cut it trousers? I need that trousers. Yeah. So this is inheritance. You can't do that. You can't throw it in the bin. So keep it, you have to give it to them. Try your best. If you can't do that, you need to tell the parents, look, that we have to cut it. I did once, I have to cut. It was the body very, very stiff and you can't do anything. We have to cut. And the inheritors were there. We said, we have to do that. That's the only way. We can't do anything else.
بل من ورائي واللحد يحكي ظلمة فيها ابتلائي والنور خط كتابه أنسي لقائي